So guys, that was obviously a long prompt, but I think it's important. We'll see what GPT comes back with. Because this, it, if I was to give it a grade from an A to an F, I would give this a solid C minus, you know? I think we can do so much better. So, uh, yeah, let's fire this off. Oh, did I just pause this? Oh my gosh. Whoops. Just gonna resubmit this. Okay. Actually making some little spelling updates here. All right. All right. Mark, how's it going? Yeah. So, guys, oh, iProductions, nice to see you. Guys, appreciate all you guys tuning in. We got a big, exciting day today. Gonna be working on a lot of stuff. Earlier on, we kind of laid out the game plan after we went over the Apple news. And yeah, appreciate you guys being here. So for those of you guys who just joined, I see now we have 28 people across the different platforms. Live, we are optimizing and fixing our business model at MyWorker so it can scale very quickly, optimizing product-led growth to take us to the next level. We've got a great foundation, and I think if we get this right, the opportunity is amazing if we get this right. We just got to nail this. We're gonna nail it, okay? We're gonna nail it. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read it out loud and think through it while I'm reading it. MyWorker, product-led growth, positioning, messaging, and growth model V1. One line truth. MyWorker equals the full stack AI SDR that ships outbound end to end. Data, domains, deliverabilities, drafts, and demos so founders can scale sales without stitching together tools. All right, let's see. Why this matters. Every other sales tool is a slice. MyWorker is the whole sandwich. Oh, I actually like the sound of that. It sounds corny, obviously, but I'm going to start saying that. Okay. MyWorker is the whole sandwich. We acquire inboxes, domains, warm them, source and clean data, Apollo, LinkedIn, Scrapin, Exa, draft and sequence with LLMs, GPT, Claude, LangChain, manage deliverability, Smart Lead, and measure results. Plus, we're uniquely transparent daily at 11 a.m. Pacific. Positioning that resonates founder first. Outcome, not orchestration. Book qualified demos without hiring an SDR. Control without complexity. Approve the first 10 drafts, then let autopilot take it from there. Scale as you go. Start with one warmed inbox and more as results come in. Full stack, not a feature. MyWorker replaces the messy stack, data, and domains, plus warm-up, plus copy, plus sequencing. You own the voice, review, queue, style guide, no rogue emails. Deliverability obsessed. We run domains, warm-up, and sending policy that protects your reputation. Transparent by default. Daily, live build, public tutorials, trust, and learnability. Okay. Okay, it's giving taglines. Okay, the AHA and product-led growth on-ramps. AHA in under 10 minutes. I pasted my pitch, approved 10 on-brand drafts, and MyWorker queued targeted outreach from a warmed inbox. That's a slightly different onboarding than we have. I think ours is actually better than that, but we'll continue. This is just V1, so it's going to get better. Generate 10 sample emails to your persona without sending. Approve/edit to taste. No domain needed yet. I like that. Autopilot is off until the user approves the first 10 sends. US only preset. North Star metric, product-led growth, qualified demos per active inbox per week. So this section, when it says product-led growth on-ramps and the aha moment. And this is one of the big things with product-led growth is how long does it take to get to that? Like that time to value. I feel like there's a lot of value that we can provide along the way. I'm just not positioning it properly. Okay, value metric and monetization that feels inevitable. Feels inevitable. Okay, people don't want to buy a plan, they want more reach when it works. Okay, primary value metric, warmed inboxes, domains. It maps the cost of goods sold, domains warm up deliverability. It mirrors how customers scale. More inboxes equal more safe volume. It creates a natural in-product product. Wait a second. I just had an idea. It's a pretty good idea. Hmm. All right, I think I just came up with a really good idea. I am going to just say the idea so I don't forget it. And it'll try and, but I will read these other things after, but okay. Okay, this is a great start. I think that we can level this up even more. One thing that actually comes to mind before we dive into all of the other areas that are possible with the business model is really how do we hone in on product-led growth? And what is that time to value? You know, all the things that you were mentioning. One of the things that is a current blocker with the business is let's say that you want to move forward. You're like, yep, let's go. I want to launch this campaign. At the end of the day, it takes 2 weeks for your email inbox to get warmed up in order to do that. So what if instead of 2 weeks, we were able to give you domains instantly? So we had pre-warmed up domains that could instantly just be added and associated with your account instantly. That would be awesome. The one problem is when we're acquiring domains, it's based off of your domain. It's not based off of uh, something else, you know. So we don't know that you're going to be a client, so that makes it challenging. But here's one potential workaround. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on this. Honest thoughts. If you think it's a bad idea, then let me know if you think it's a bad idea. But one thing that could help that time to value ratio is what if in the background, my worker, we constantly acquired and warmed up domains and tracked how far along they were. And then if there's a customer that needs a domain, we just give them a my worker domain, which is available instantly for their my worker outreach campaign. And if it, and you know, if there isn't someone to take that domain when it's ready, then we just use that internally for my worker. So we have a constant flow of new domains that we're buying and then using for ourselves or passing along and connecting to customers' accounts instantly. So, I mean, there would be a little bit of a workflow for that, but what that would allow us to do is it would allow us to make that time to value pretty much zero. So as soon as someone wants to launch a campaign, we can just allow them to click launch and attach a my worker domain to their account. So that is one idea. You know, there are many other ideas. I think that all of these other things that you had mentioned about growing makes sense. The big question then becomes, how do we have that product-led growth of different tiers? Like, for example, like, are we letting people into the product for $0? And if so, what do they see? And then when are we upgrading them? Or as soon as they try and launch? Right now, the way that it works is everything in the product is free. And then as soon as they click activate campaign to launch the campaign, that's when they're prompted to buy. So these are all different considerations, but let's continue the brainstorm and really try and understand and hone in on what might be the best approach for product-led growth and the best user experience to enable that growth. Okay, I didn't read the rest of this other stuff, but I just wanted to get that idea out there before I forgot it. because I think that having those available instantly would be game changer. And the big problem is that it wouldn't match their domain. But if they really want to get started, we could hook them up with a My Worker domain and then buy them a domain afterwards. Default autopilot off. I think that makes sense. From zero pipeline to book. All right. Guys, this is one of the coolest parts about building. At least for me personally, I really like this part. And that part is, there is no clear answer, to be clear. Like, we don't know. We're building something new. No one's done what we're trying to do right now in our industry. And simultaneously, we're trying to take what we've learned from customers, what we know about other industry signals, what we know about tech, like basically tying them all together, tossing out ideas, trying to stress test them as much as possible here with AI, and then come up with the best approach. Because once we decide on something, that is like a shift in the course of the ship. That is like it takes time to develop, it takes coordination, it takes a lot of things to try and bring this to life. And so right now we are trying to really flush this out in the best way possible. I'm going to try and flush it out and get it done. And yeah, as I'm going through this, I'm learning this stuff obviously on the fly. So yeah, here we go. My Worker, product-led growth, instant value, scale on demand. Time to first meaningful value. We want that under 24 hours. Okay. Goal. A new founder approves drafts and sees interested replies or book demos within a day without waiting 2 weeks for warm-up. So the problem today, email warm-up takes about 2 weeks, stalls momentum. Once the founder says yes, launch. Even fans of the product hesitate if they can't see the outcomes quickly. Proposed solution set. A fast start pool. Pre-warmed single-tenant MyWorker domains for instant launch. Maintain a rolling buffer of unique MyWorker-owned domains, each with 1 to 3 warmed inboxes. When a new customer clicks launch, they can attach an instant inbox from the pool and start a low, safe send 10 to 20 a day today. In parallel, we start warming their branded domains. The system auto-migrates the campaign to their brand once warm. So this is kind of what we're already doing here. But the new thing is the unique MyWorker-owned domains that are ready to go. The UX, your brand domain is warming, 9 days, want to start today. Yeah, looks pretty good. Fast start inbox now, 10 to 20 a day, then we'll switch to your brand automatically. So pricing ideas. Included in starter during AB, then becomes paid add-on once proven. Okay, risk and mitigations. Brand mismatch. Yeah. Content quality checks. Single tenant domains only. Okay. Domain Connect Wizard, shrink brand warm-up time. Implement Domain Connect with major registry. I mean, we already do this stuff. Get a brand, 10, 20 days and 5 to 7. 2 clicks. All right, review queue and sandbox, control before send. Sandbox, generate up to 10 drafts with real personalization without sending. Founder edits / approves, trust and messaging. Review queue, default. First 10 to 20 emails per campaign require approval. Autopilot unlocks after approval. Two-step launch. Step 1, instant. Launch a LinkedIn DM connection invite or warm reply only. Burst to your seed inbox to get immediate conversations while email warm up runs. Okay. Step 2, email. As fast start or brand domain warms, email cadences kick in automatically.